I want to get all the jerseys, the back, the back of all the jerseys.
Once the picture clears, take a look at what you're about to witness here tonight.
Oh yeah, you're going to do that to me, aren't you? It's such a cool picture, let's do it.
A joyous time for loved ones, especially the mothers of the Sachem players tonight, who will celebrate their impending graduation this upcoming spring. But in a few moments, all of those positive pleasantries will be brushed aside for what should be a battle worth remembering. Here at Hauppauge, New York, at the rinks, it's senior night, rivalry night, Sachem versus Smithtown Hauppauge on LI Sports Network. Michael Andrew here, ready to bring you the action. As you can tell by our cameras and the pictures that we've shown, it's a jam-packed house to the right side of us, and the left side, we will be waiting for a filled-up Smithtown faithful to erupt in cheers and all-out animosity. Shots of the mothers, right? Yes, sir. Draped over the railings are the members of the senior players who are celebrating this amazing night. And hand roses, the ones that brought them into this world. Welcome to this opportunity to play the game they all so love. What? A beautiful moment for these senior players as one by one they gift their mothers, their dads, their loved ones roses as a sign of thank you for bringing me into this world so I can play this amazing game that I so love. Hard to tell by where we are standing and the angle with where our camera is positioned. But what you see, if you're right here at the rinks, is a bunch of numbers draped over the railings that signifies the pending senior graduates who are playing their last season for their respective school. A lot of familiar faces have come here today to witness these two schools engage in an ultimate showdown. Loved ones, neighbors, freshman players, families, JV players, families, Santa Claus, and I mean Santa Claus is actually here to watch this game. We have just reached the pinnacle of the amount of hype this contest has brought. The officials now make their way towards the ice as Luke Stoltenborg will hand off the last rose to the last family before Smithtown Hauppauge enters the ice and the two teams begin warm-ups. Actually, we have one more picture. J.R. Monkwitz, the leading points getter of this Sachem squad, removes his bucket to take pictures with his family. And now the rug is pulled away from the rink, signifying the beginning of the end, as we all know it, or as it feels like it, considering you have just a bunch of fans filed in this arena, this facility, this hallowed ground that's about to pit these two teams into battle. One more time, Smithtown Hauppauge Bowls, Sachem, Senior Night, Rivalry Night on LI Sports Network. Thank you for reminding me, Vinny and Matilla, who ran into this man right here, Thomas Agavino, while he was at the snack bar. And there he is, nodding to the camera. And he wanted to send us a message, or send Vinny a message to deliver to me, which was giving him a shout out on our broadcast. So there's your moment of zen, Thomas Agavino, who was here just prior watching his little brother and his Smithtown Bulls freshman team victorious over the KPC Knights. I hate to take away from the players' thunder, but I have to mention it. Santa Claus is in the building tonight. Christmas is literally about 2 weeks away or so, and there is Santa Claus right in front of us. He didn't bring his bag of stockings. And no, he didn't bring his bag of coal either. We'll just have to wait who's naughty, who's nice a couple weeks from now. As we drop the puck on Wednesday night varsity between Smithtown and Hauppauge. Or Smithtown and Sachem. I'm at a loss of words right now because of this large crowd. Ahern finishes his man against the boards. Here's Monkwitz trying to pick it up and exit the zone. Borzak couldn't handle that one. Instead, Ahern has to play it back. To Palma, angles an aggressive feed that misses the stick of Noche. Now it's handled by Sachem once again. This is Weaver getting it onto the stick of Monkwitz. J.R. Monkwitz. First time you'll hear from him tonight is that shot by Weaver goes wide, and we have a player down immediately from the Smithtown Hauppauge Bulls, and this could be a big loss here. That's Captain Jake Ahern. And that's a great sign to see. Getting up, back on his own feet, and skating to the bench under his own power. But you can obviously see by the pictures he was shaken up from that contact. Face-off draw in the left dot inside the Bulls zone. Noche trying to spin it free and get it out of the zone. There's a shot hurried on, stopped right there by Skakoza, and it's picked up by the Bulls again as they look to force the other way. Will Gio Sabatino to the goal, fires, save, rebound, score! And just like that, Luke Signoretti bangs home the opening goal to put the Bulls up 1-0. And for all my Star Wars fans out there, the Force was indeed strong with that guy. A big goal for the PAO products to put his team up early on in this one. This one is banked off the boards, kept alive in the zone by Heinesen. It sends a shot, and SCHSHL almost misplayed it as he lost sight of it, but it went just to the side, right side of him. Smithtown looking to answer again as this is Petito bringing on the pressure. Swung going across, picking this one up as Trice. Trice trying to dangle past the defense right there to no avail. It's kept alive nevertheless by the Bulls for a moment, but Sachem gets on top of it. Causey trying to reach in as Smithtown gets back to stop Sachem to progressing forward. There's a nifty little handle right there. Who was that? From Smithtown Hauppauge. Get a name right there. That was number 36. That was Doyle. There's a shot right there from the stick of Siani that gets stopped by SCHSHL. Craziness has distracted us from beating our goaltender, so let's take a moment to see who's starting in the pipes tonight. We got Anthony SCHSHL for the Smithtown Hauppauge Bulls, and at the other end, Nathaniel Landry for Sachem. There's SCHSHL making yet another stop. So Coach Dave Bohm did not elect to go with Jake Citron coming off a monumental shutout performance against Middle Country a couple nights ago, where they won 6-0. You go with SCHSHL, who got the big win against Eastport South Manor 9-1 that featured a 4-goal extravaganza from Frank Feza, as this is led in front and a scramble in tight inside the crease leads to an invert clear, and it's touched up for icing. That's a name you'll hear tonight as well. Frank Feza, number 81. Watch out for him. He has a big offensive presence that he brings to this Smithtown Bulls unit. Matthew Heinesen, the captain for Sachem, on the draw. There's a familiar face making his first appearance tonight on camera. Watch out for number 38 on the defense for Sachem. Mitchell trying to button hook away from his man. Turns it over to the Bulls. There's a shot from Devaney, and that one gets blocked by Mitchell after turning it over. This one is intercepted by Heinesen, and he tries to escape from the clutches of Gorino. Leads it ahead, gets it onto the stick of McGuire. McGuire springs this one forward, and Devaney will try to chase it down. Now it's Gahan getting to it. Who gets it back over to Devaney, who couldn't handle the feed. McGuire has trouble right there. Mitchell at the point sends a shot. It's blocked inadvertently in front by Brecchio as Brecchio tried to turn around rebound shot that wouldn't go. Kept alive right there by Sachem for a moment, but they're forced out and they'll have to regroup as Smithtown continues to be in pursuit of them. It's Gahan as Brecchio ran into one of the linesmen, or the head official in this case. Smithtown Hauppauge going for a line change. Luke Signoretti back on the ice. The lone goal recipients will look to add more to the board for the Bulls. There's Signoretti down low, gets a shot off, but that skipped wide. Jake Ahern looking a little healthier after the tough hit he took in the early moments of this opening period. That shot from Munkwitz went wide. Signoretti gets it as Ahern got tied up in front with his opponents. Signoretti with a chip shot on the backhand, and that may have gotten a piece of Ahern through traffic. And another try by Noche, who tried to center it to Ahern, wouldn't go. J.R. Munkwitz, now it's Weaver. Smithtown Hauppauge handling business now. Noche. Pardon me, that was Agavino. Tried to get it to Noche. That was touched forward and turned over again as Sachem controls it in their own zone. Munkwitz has trouble exiting the zones. This one misses the reaching stick of Noche, who couldn't touch it home. Back the other way comes Sachem. Cossi back in the zone. Gets a shot off, but that was blocked right there by Agavino. Here comes Petito. Petito with a dangle, trying to get past two black jerseys right there to no avail. Good, strong presence by the Sachem defense. As this is Trites trying to throw one on net again. As Ahern swings this one down low, but it misses the stick of Petito. As Sachem tries to exit it out once and again. They will do so, but icing is waved off by the linesman. It allows Sachem to get some fresh legs while the Bulls approach the zone again with Ahern firing a shot that's stopped by Landry. Trites muscled into the boards right there by Heinesen. Trites. Now it's Devaney. Devaney gets it in front. Trites trying to crowd on the backhand to no avail. Now it's picked up again by Sachem, and they'll push ahead with Bizarro leading the charge. Bizarro cuts through the middle as Poletsky has some trouble handling it. Now he tries to kick it free, but this one missed the stick of Heinesen, or in this case his intended target. It wasn't Heinesen, that was Bizarro, as this is now Maloney having to take it back as he gets pressured again from the Bulls. This one angled across. Bizarro has to play it off the boards and then send it back to McGuire. Once again, this is Munkwitz. Munkwitz on the reception, taking it in. J.R. Munkwitz dips the shoulder, tries to cut in, instead takes it around the boards. Munkwitz stopping short, and then he gets driven off the puck right there heavily by one of the big men from the Smithtown Hauppauge Bulls. J.R. Munkwitz cuts in, fires a shot, but it didn't get close to the net. But Ciani keeps it going by keeping it alive in the zone. Signoretti trying to clear it out to no avail. Munkwitz with a dangle attempt that wouldn't go, as Smithtown providing some good pressure, but Lukowski keeps it in with a trigger pull at the point that goes wide. Gahan getting pressured right there by Gandolfo. Here's Frank Feza, Mr. Fantastic Four himself. As he gets bumped into the boards. This is Mitchell having trouble with it as he turns it over. As Feza corrals it and couldn't get it over to Sabatino with that turnaround try. Heavy collision in front of us between two of the players. That was Ciani and Hero. As everyone begins to finish on their opponents. That was Feza, and he's shaken up as he was taking the task right near the stanchion of the penalty box. As this is Heinesen on the ice, trying to flip it out of the zone, able to get it onto the stick of his intended target, and here comes Sachem moving back in. Heinesen, the trailer, fires a shot that goes wide of Skakoza. Picking this one up right there was Gandolfo. Now Heinesen has it back. Gandolfo fires another shot as this one went screaming over the cage. And Sachem has it back again. And this is Hughes who will regather it for Sachem. Hughes taking it in the zone. Tries to backhand one across, couldn't. One of the Sachem players went down, no penalty called. Guarino now stepping onto it for the Bulls. Now it's handled on the stick of a different Bulls player and relinquished back into the hands of Sachem. With J.R. Munkwitz controlling, tries to shake off his opponent with a little fake job, but that doesn't work for number 44 as this is Jacob Rook trying to fight off the muscle of Recchia. There's a penalty called, and it will be against Recchia for the splash. So number 5 in the box results in Smithtown Hauppauge heading to the power play for the first time tonight. Smithtown will look to execute for their 9th power play goal of the season as they come into this contest with 8, where they stand in 5th for the most power play goals in the Suffolk County High School Hockey League varsity standings. Devaney, now Ahern. Ahern delays, observing, returns it over to Devaney. Devaney feeds it to his man in the right dot. Now it's Trites getting it back. And there's a chance in front. Signoretti couldn't touch it home right there. Noche. As Ahern will hunt it down from Maloney and then send it back to the top to Devaney. Devaney with a trigger pull and a good block in front by Borzuk as Sachem tries to clear it out. But Sachem doing a good, or Smithtown this game, as relentless as they can be as Ahern released the shot to no avail. It was stopped by Landry. Now Sachem does clear it out, and this will get them some fresh legs on the ice for the penalty kill. Jake Ahern able to angle it across to Signoretti. Luke Signoretti back in the zone, tries to shake off his man. Ahern driving to the goal, couldn't get on top of that one as Noche was hunted down right there behind the goal. Another chance in front. Ahern, and a big save is made by Nathan Landry, and another one that may have gotten a piece of Landry's leg. There's the Palma touching one back. Another drive and another glove save made by Landry. Rebound. Landry is all over the place as he's denying the Bulls from executing on this power play. Ludicrous. As this one bounced off the skate of Tito, as now it's Devaney having to retrace it from Gandolfo. Angled forward, and this is Signoretti handling business for the Bulls as we close in on the final 3 minutes of play here in the first period. Signoretti, as he's being pressured by Sachem, had a bunch of players going down trying to get the puck from him. Signoretti with a trigger pull in front. There's a touch chance on net by Noche that wouldn't go. Landry made another stop once again. Cabrera trying to swing it out of harm's way, couldn't. And this is Matthew Heinesen having trouble exiting out of the zone. This leads to a chance for the Bulls. Another try for Doyle, and that one may have gotten a piece of Landry as well. Another chance. Doyle on the redemption shot went wide of the cage. Play is stopped as the net comes off its moorings, and we'll have another draw inside Sachem's zone. Nathaniel Landry doing everything here on senior nights, swallowing pucks like cereal for breakfast. I'm going to regret that one. This is Trites taking it back to the slot, gets a shot off, and this one, I don't know if he was trying to get it on goal or tried to get it across the potato, but nevertheless, Gahan got another try on net, and that one was blocked in front. Trites, aggressive as he can be, couldn't progress right there. Bulls still maintain control, but there's a block in front. Good job by Sachem as they look to respond the other way with Heinesen leading the charge. Tried to get onto the stick of Poletsky. Sachem still, or now, turn it over to the Bulls again. Now Petito walks in the zone, but either Doyle or the frustrated Trites was caught off sides. I hate to be a spectator because, man, my anxiety wouldn't be able to deal with the tsunami of fans that have gathered here at the rinks. It's insane how many people are actually here to watch this game. Whistle blows, and we'll await for the answer, and it seems to be a penalty, and it will be against Captain Jake Ahern for tripping. Ahern displeased with the call But his arguments will not change the official's opinion, and Sachem will go to the power play with a chance at redemption and an opportunity to tie things up in the late moments of the first period. J.R. Monkwitz tied up on the draw, trying to use his muscle to get it on his stick. Lacossi at the point, controlling it, shifting over. Lacossi fakes the drive, gets it over to Gandolfo. Gandolfo delays. Lacossi had to lean in there to keep it alive in the zone. Back across, Gandolfo. Now to Lacossi. Lacossi drives one on net. This one, the ricochet off a skate front. Rebound chance in tight. Gandolfo stopped by Scosa. Rebound score! J.R. Monkwitz. We're tied at 1. The power play converts for Sachem, their 6th of the season, and it ties this game up at 1. J.R. Monkwitz doing what J.R. Monkwitz does, getting business done as he continues to bring his dominance in the Suffolk County High School Hockey League Varsity Division with another team-leading goal. There's Gahan being hounded right there by Bracchio. Sachem. Now this is McGuire. McGuire. Ball on the wing. Flings it across. No one home to receive that one. Final 25 seconds commences. Everyone converging along the half wall right in front of the Smithtown Bulls bench. And there's a man that goes spilling to the ice, and he draws the penalty in the process. That was Jake Rook, getting rewarded with the power play, the 2nd of the night for the Bulls, as Sachem's Liam McGuire heads to the box for the trip. Smithtown will have a lot of time left on their side for the man advantage if they don't execute in these last 15 seconds of the first. Out of the zone it goes. Devaney will hunt it down. Weaver pressuring him. De Palma. The Bulls will head to the second on the man advantage and will head to the second tied up at 1 right here on Rivalry Night. Luke Signoretti had the opener. J.R. Monkwitz put home the equalizer on the power play. A near perfect season for number 44, who has scored in 10 out of 11 games this year. He raises his points total to 16 now with that power play tie-breaking goal. And we're back again for the second period of play with the Bulls on the attack, as this is Devaney at the point. Gets it across to his man, De Palma. as this one is shot across and it skipped off a bunch of sticks. Ahern controlling it, takes it back to the point. Jake Ahern would have shot through traffic, and that one was stopped in front by Landry. Jake Ahern slamming on the brakes as he settles things, gets it to the slot. Signorelli with a drive on net, and that one was blockered away by Landry again. Swung across aggressively and handled on the stick of De Palma. De Palma gets it over to Devaney. Devaney, as this one almost skipped off his stick, he throws it down low, hoping for a bull to get there. Someone did by the name of Signoretti. Now Ahern's going to have to pinch in there, or will it be Noche that will do that to try to keep it alive inside Sachem's zone? To no avail as Sachem pushes the Bulls outside of the zone. But here they come back in as this is Ahern almost corralling it on his stick. Had some heavy company headed towards his way, courtesy of Highness. This one is shot through traffic once again and covered up by Landry. That was Matthew De Palma with the release from the top, almost squeaking it by Landry. 34 seconds remain on the power play for Smithtown Hauppauge. Sachem will get the fifth man once Weaver, or McGuire in this case, gets out of the box. Hero at the top, fakes the drive, gets it over to Petito. Now a chance in front. Schreitz fires, he scores! Snipe City, Bobby Schreitz. And just like that, the power play converts for the Bulls here in the second period. It's 2-1. A heck of a release by Robert Schreitz to make it a one-goal game. There's Schreitz looking for more, and he is stopped right there by Landry as he negates a pair of goals for Bobby Schreitz. Fourth of the year for number 33, and it's a big one. He puts his team on top 2-1 here in the second period. Sachem, you know how they play. Relentless and motivated. They're going to be ready for the challenge, and they'll respond when the time is right. As this one is fished out of the zone and touched up for icing by Gahan. Frank Feza in the left dot, taking the draw for the Bulls as this is Ahern trying to swing it back to the point as he's pressured right there along the boards by Bizarro. Now De Palma with a trigger pull. That one was blocked by the captain, Heinesen. He's shaken up, but he's back on his skates. Ahern gets it onto the stick of his intended target. Sabatino almost cracked one home right there, but he fanned on the attempt. Feza tried to swing it back to the point, but it's intercepted by Bizarro, and he'll try to skate past De Palma. But look at the speed and precision on that number 47, De Palma, who's roughed up against the boards by Heinesen. Almost a turnover right there, and as Ahern couldn't jam it home. And now Akasi trying to sidestep away from him. Pressure right there being provided by the Bulls. Polensky pinching in there. Sachem. This is Calvera, and there's a nice move by Munkwitz. Chips it across. Wakasi will step on it. But Smithtown Hauppauge, Matthew De Palma, not given a single inch to number 80 of Smithtown, or Sachem in this case. It's Siani gets a shot in front. That one was blocked through a screen of bodies. Zara trying to spring forward. This one is slammed across as Rook couldn't get a shot. Sent in front. Rook trying to corral it on his stick as he had a lot of heavy pressure being provided again by Sachem. Around the boards it goes. Guarino will hunt it down as he's pressured along the corner boards by one of the Sachem players, Calbera. Calbera trying to knife it onto the stick of Siani. Everyone beginning to converge again along the half wall. A conference of players inside the Sachem zone results in Sachem breaking free, but Kahan controls it and slams this one off the boards. Agavino pressured right there by the aggressiveness of number 67, Siani. Kahan gets some room to try to push it out of the zone, but it's kept alive in the zone by Sachem. Kahan trying to swing this one off the boards and out of the zone. Calbera keeps it alive, fires a shot, and this one went wide of the net. Agavino trying to corral it on his stick, and he was inadvertently bumped into by one of the linesmen. Rook being challenged right there by one of the Sachem players as Signoretti falls to the ice. No penalty. Signoretti getting up slowly. Play continues as the officials deemed there was no malintent on that play right there. J.R. Monkwitz the other way. Charging hard. Dangling with the trigger pull as that one went wide. Rebound chance. Siani couldn't get it far to the goal. And Smithtown will push out of the zone again. Here they come. The Bulls trying to get more past Landry, but it won't happen there. Jake Ahern wins it back to the point. Signoretti with a quick shot off the draw. It's stopped by Landry. Ahern trying to advance right there. Couldn't. Sachem clears it, but not far for an icing as the Bulls are back in the neutral zone. Heavy hit right there, but both men stay up on their feet. There's a shot off the stick of Ahern that went off the glass. Ahern using his big body and his resiliency to hold off Sachem and keep him at bay. Maybe try to set something up here for his Bulls teammates. Noche trying to corral it. Noche. And that was one of the other Bulls right there. That was Ahern again. Now Signoretti. Signoretti fires this one back in front, but it ricocheted off the pad of Landry and inadvertently got cleared back in the Sachem zone. Or Smithtown zone in this case is where everyone is currently at, but not for long. Signoretti back the other way. Signoretti, spinorama try in front, almost successfully got it onto the stick of Noche. Devaney will hunt it down before McGuire can get to it as Sachem brings out new reinforcements to the ice. Weaver can't muscle past that of one of the Smithtown players. This one is sprung ahead, and there's Signoretti trying to get past the hard hustling, back checking Sachem player Hughes. Dumped in front as Agavino sends a shot sailing over the cage. May have gotten a piece of a stick en route. Agavino again looked like he was going to pull the big shot for the point. Instead, he waited on one of his opponent, on one of his teammates' sticks, and this results in a near mistake right there. Sachem still has trouble exiting out of their own zone and back in the Bulls' territory. Icing waved off right here. Agavino will hunt it down. There's a pair of number 29s almost going on a collision courses. This is Lacossi with a dangle. Michael Lacossi trying to get through everyone right there. Kept alive by Monkwitz. J.R. Monkwitz can only do so much with the stick handles as Sachem has to reset for a moment. Almost a turnover, and it is a turnover. Petito in tight, gets a shot off, and it's stopped right there by Nathan Landry. The Bulls crowd was on their feet, awaiting for a big one by number 61, but number 39 got the better end of him. Turned over again. Agavino angled it onto the stick of Trites. Bobby Trites back in the zone, delays, tries to send it across. Landry covered all that. And so did all the Sachem players guarding Trites. This is Bobby Trites once again. Bring it back to the point. To Palma. Waits. Fires. And this one goes wide of the cage. And this one couldn't be kept on the blue line by Agavino as he had trouble tightroping it and almost had trouble right there. Turning it over to the other number 29, Weaver. Closing in on 6 minutes left in the second. 2-1 the score. Bobby Trites with the big power play tie-breaking goal in the early moments of this period. Doyle again, back in the zone, drops it to Trites. Trites looking for some more, taking it along the wing as this one popped off a bunch of bodies in front, and here comes Sachem. As a result of that, this is Matthew Heinesen charging hard into the zone, fakes slamming on the brakes, where he tried to juke out his opponent right there for a moment, and Smithtown is not fooled one bit. One player we haven't seen tonight, and that's been a quiet story, is Josh DeBlanda, and we're not sure if he's not here or we'll figure out the answer for that, but that's one thing we had to mention right there. No Josh DeBlanda, as he's a heavy presence for the Bulls, as always, when he's on the ice. This one sent in front, this one missed both sticks of Gandolfo and Heinesen. Matthew to Palma the other way, here he comes. Tried to get it onto the stick of one of the Bulls players, as this one's led ahead. Breakaway chance for Munkwitz to the net, backhand shot, and he is stopped by SCHKSHL. J.R. Munkwitz looking for redemption, fires a shot high off the glass, rebound in front, sent back to the point instead, as Jake Ahern slides in to cover some ground. J.R. Munkwitz keeping it alive in the zone as he tries to dangle through everyone. Instead, he turns it over again to Ahern. Jake Ahern back the other way, controlling it. Now settles things, fires a shot on net, and almost got touched home right there. Thought he fired that one. Instead, it almost was a beautiful, well-designed setup. Very aggressive, though, by number 4, Ahern. He's known for having good speed and a really good shot, and so is that guy, J.R. Munkwitz. Oh my, he tried to do it again like he did against my alma mater, SJB, the lacrosse maneuver. He saw what Trevor Zegras did in the big show, and he said, yeah, I'm going to be on TV tomorrow night. I want my fame too. Nice move in front. Wilkowski with a chance, and he's stopped by SCHKSHL. And Gahan having a discussion with Siani, and it doesn't seem like those two are going to exchange Christmas gifts anytime soon. And this is a news story that's waiting to be told right here. A goaltender change, Nathan Landry out, and in comes Luke Stoltenborg to try to turn the tide here for Sachem. Maybe throw off the Bulls and get the team back in it. McGuire. Down it goes, and he'll chase it down from Agavino. Guarino will step in there and try to clear it out. And he will, as Wilkowski has to control it in the neutral zone. Try to flip it onto the stick of Heinesen. Heinesen now trying to jam it free as this is McGuire. McGuire again. And now dumped back in right there by Mitchell. Walter Mitchell will chase it down and touch it up for icing. I know you're going to get tired of hearing me say this, but you have to acknowledge the fact that it's insane to pull that type of maneuver in any type of game regardless. But to do it in a game that's filled with so much competition, that just is a lot of confidence right there. All praise to J.R. Monkwitz. Back the other way, Noche with a chance, and he is stopped right there by Stoltenborg. If there was ever a chance to make the people's jaws drop, it's by pulling off a maneuver like that in a game like this. And by the way J.R. Monkwitz plays, he has the propensity to pull something off like that. He very well can. It's just more so finding the right moment, because Smithtown is going to be all over him and all over that type of play if it ever comes into fruition. As this shot off the stick of Costi is stopped right there by Skakosa. J.R. Monkwitz in the right dot right there. There's Signoretti trying to pull it back on his stick, but it's kept alive in the zone by Sachem. Negating the queering attempt for Smithtown, but this is not going to be for long. Noche the other way, fires the shot, he scores! Nick Noche makes it a 2-goal game. It's 3-1 Smithtown. This one skipped almost out of play right there. Agavino trying to spring it out of the zone again. Now it's Ahern getting it across the Trites. Trites have to hurry this one off of his stick. And Sachem has it again. Heinesen trying to press the other way. He's challenged right there by the ever so physical Piro as Skakosa covers it up once again. Off the glass it goes. Heinesen almost redirected it in front, or pardon me, that was Gandolfo, almost redirected it in front to Heinesen. Hard charging chance for Petito, he scores! Make it 4-1. As Smithtown is one period away from spoiling yet another senior night for an opponent. Second of the year for Petito. And this one almost skipped past Skakosa, but that didn't happen. Final minute of play here in the second period. Ciani looked like he was going to hand it off to the Monkwitz. Instead, he retreated. This one ricocheted off of Ciani and inadvertently back into the Bulls' possession in front. Trite scores! Deuces are wild for Bobby Trites. 5-1. Poletsky. The Sachem team down by 3, trying to regain some new life. What started out as what seemed like a near disaster for the Bulls with Jake Ahern going down in the first minute of play has ultimately resulted into what you would expect from the Bulls. All-out dominance as they lead 5-1 heading to the third period here on Rivalry Night. I have to say it once. Regardless of the score, I'm enjoying this more than I enjoy my New York Islanders play in this first half of the NHL season. I mean, enough is enough. When is enough is enough for the Islanders? Like literally, they've been disrespected on now 2 wrestling shows based on the way their team has performed so far this season. But all jokes aside, including the Islanders right now, let's get back to the real competition. As Sachem fights to remain in 8th place in the Suffolk County High School Hockey League Varsity Division, while Smithtown looks to continue to climb up the top ranks. One team that's watching and listening and has Sachem's full attention is the team that is fighting for that 8th spot as well, Connecticut Sayville. And they've got a date with the Suffolk Ice Wolves on the other side of us. Shout out to our boys Dylan and newcomer Aiden, who will be working that game, as this is a shot right there stopped by Skakoza. And Bunkwitz was charging to the goal, hoping Skakoza was going to cough it up. Palma banks this one off the boards. Magavino. Now Azara trying to flip it ahead as his muscle deteriorated, or progress deteriorated, heading into the zone once again. Now it's Hughes trying to clear it out to no avail. Weaver sends this one across. Borzak had trouble handling that one, and he slams it back in, where De Palma will receive it before handing it onto the stick of Brook, and he'll take it ahead, getting it onto the stick of Agavino. Thomas Agavino. Tom Agavino, big body presence for the Bulls. J.R. Bunkwitz couldn't split the defense right there, as he was split in 2 by the Bulls. Bunkwitz again. Controlling it. Hooks this one out of the zone. Poletsky on the reaching stick. And looks like he got it on stick of Bizarro, as this one skips wide of the cage off the stick of Heinesen. Heinesen again. Official's arm goes up in the air. And Sachem will go back to the power play for the second time tonight, where they'll look to be perfect as they were in the first with the goal by Monkwitz. Bizarro, as there is some heavy physicality building up in front of the net between Thomas Agavino and a few Sachem players, and it continues. Maloney is there. Now Heinesen comes up with it. Agavino almost touched it up right there. Still, Sachem controls it with the net empty. Delay penalty for the Bulls as Breccia fires a shot. He scores! Forget the power play. John Breccia has just made it 5-2. How about that Selly dough? The big one for Breccia, as it gives Sachem some newfound life here in the third, as they came into this period down by 4. Benny holds it, gets it over to his man, but then it's relinquished back onto the stick of Sachem. Siani, who throws it down. Around the boards it goes. Sachem will try to hunt it down back into their own possession as everyone begins converging along the wall, trying to jam it free. This is Monkwitz having it, fires a shot, and it goes wide as Skakoza. Race is on between Mitchell and Signoretti, and Signoretti wins that race. They'll try to go to the net right there, and he was stopped. And chance in front again is Stoltenborg comes up with the big pad stop against Anchor. Out of the zone it goes, and it almost reached the stick of Gandolfo, but Gahan cut it off, and back in Sachem's territory it goes again. Almost a near disaster right there as Signoretti continued to put the pressure on against Sachem's defense. Now J.R. Monkwitz will bring it back up into the neutral zone. Monkwitz taking this one wide. He'll wrap it around the boards. One of the Sachem players, Gandolfo, would try to touch one up right there. Wakasi this time keeps it alive in the zone. Good job by the Bulls, continuing to bring that heavy forward checking against Sachem. Sachem showing that determination to fight their way back in this one. Under 10 minutes left to play. Walter Mitchell picking it up and getting it onto the stick of Gandolfo. That was Heinesen. It looked like he lost control of it. Instead, he takes it back in. Heinesen tried to drop it off to an intended target, but no one was there. Instead, the Bulls clear it out. Sachem with it again. Flipped back on the stick of Hughes. Here comes Hughes. Hughes trying to charge in right there against Doyle, and Doyle takes him to task. Now it's Breccia again. Onto the stick of Heinesen, who misplayed it, and it results in Sachem being pushed back. And Bobby Trites on the pursuit once again as he looks to complete the hat trick on Sachem's senior night. Wakasi gets this one around. Off the half wall it goes. Heinesen controls it with a little spin maneuver, but to no avail as he couldn't progress forward. Sachem couldn't get redemption right there. This results in Bobby Trites in the zone. Trites for the hat trick, stopped right there by Stoltenborg. Rebound, Pirro diving as he slipped in front with a shot, and it went wide on the turnaround try by Petito. Here comes Sachem back the other way with aggressive force. That is Lacossi. Pardon me, that might have been Borzak. No, that is Lacossi. Lacossi gets a shot off and it's skipped heading towards the goal. Play is blown dead and will await as to the reason why. And a player down on the Sachem side. Hard to tell from this angle who and which player from Smithtown got hurt. That's a sight to see. Matthew DePalma getting up on his own power after taking a heavy spill. And the birthday boy will get some rest. Well-needed rest to recover from that one. I don't think anyone in this arena, in this facility, saw really what happened, what transpired, as it doesn't seem like there will be any penalty, or there was any penalty on the play, and we remain 5 aside with 8 minutes left to go in regulation. As this one swung in front, and Skakoza sprawled down and may have gotten a piece of that one. Anthony Skakoza all over the place inside the crease. And this one is back the other end as Stoltenberg had to play it aside away from Trites. Smithtown in pursuit of it once more. Petito back at the point. He had the 4th goal for the Bulls and he fires a shot. That one was blocked. Aggressively swung across. Weaver controlling it, gets it onto Stigl, costs Borzak. Borzak able to escape by Petito as he's guarded by him. Weaver trying to jam one on goal and he couldn't. Petito trying to exit the zone. Pardon me, that was Feza. This is Petito, 61. By the looks of those two numbers, it's no surprise you'll get mixed up. Nice move in front right there by Lacossi, who pulled that one wide of the cage. Munkwitz. J.R. Munkwitz looks like he was going to yet again pull off the lacrosse-style maneuver, and he fakes out the Bulls instead and took it back to the point. Sachem still on the attack. This is Borzak controlling it as he spun around, being forced by the Bulls player. Brachia trying to get it in front. Did. Here's a chance. In tight. Score! Munkwitz makes it a 2-goal game. Once again. "11 games played, 11 goals for number 44. J.R. Munkwitz with a pair tonight. And Sachem finds themselves within Smithtown's reach for a mighty upset. Siani trying to keep the momentum going as Smithtown gets back in Sachem's zone, looking to respond. Signoretti to the goal, fires a shot that goes wide of the cage. Noche trying to hunt it down again. This is Siani doing a good job of protecting it. Sachem, both of those teams battle away along the boards. Back the other way comes Gandolfo, and he's hurrying back in the zone. He finishes off his man against the boards right there as he lost control of the puck. Another Sachem player gets dumped to the ice. May have tripped over himself in this case. That was number 90 Manila, or number 80 Wakasi in this case. And Stoltenborg has to cover it up. So where we stand right now, the tail of the tape for the race for the hat trick. On one hand, Bobby Trites for Smithtown Hauppauge, and the other, an ongoing trend, Jacob Richard Bunkwitz with a pair of goals for Sachem. Back the other way comes Borzak. Borzak trying to get a handle on it. Gets past Piro. Borzak controlling. Borzak to the backhand. Stopped by Skakoza. Rebound loose. And Anthony Skakoza holds on for dear life. As it seemed like Borzak was going to get that one past the netminder. Close call right there for Smithtown Hauppauge's Tendi. J.R. Munkwitz in the left dot will take the draw. That one was rolling, and Trites will try to exit and push the other way. Gets it onto the stick of Petito. Petito looking to dangle past the defense. Muscled off, chance in front, and did it squirt past Stoltenborg, or did he make the save? He did make the save. A crowd was building up inside where number 45 was positioned. And by the reaction of the Smithtown fans, that is not the answer they were hoping for. They were hoping that was going to be a goal indication by the officials, as this one is run across. Trites hunted down and tried to take it back to the top. Borzak pushing the other way. Eric Borzak pressured. Weber remains on side as he fired the shot that was stopped right there by Skakoza. Back it goes. Smithtown will, or Sachem in this case, will hunt it down. 4.5 left to play in regulation. Smithtown entered the third period leading 5-1, but 2 unanswered goals by Sachem has changed the story in the matter of moments. This is Brachia, almost in front. Oh, and Anthony Skakoza, no! Score! James Weber, 5-4, and Sachem cuts the lead in half. As I said, the entirety of this contest, the complexion of this game has changed dramatically. Brachia, he had the goal that made it 5-2, that started this massive run off here in the third period. As the final 3.5 minutes begin, with Smithtown finding themselves with their backs against the wall, as Sachem has all the momentum going the other way. Gandolfo to the net, fires a shot and it missed the cage. Back the other way, Jake Ahern trying to drive past Brachia. He slams on the brakes. Ahern tries to throw it in front. Noche was there to try to get a touch on it. Noche being challenged right there along the half wall. as Wakasi is able to pinch it out. And this one will be taken onto the stick by Heinesen. Matthew Heinesen, guarded right there by two Smithtown jerseys. Heinesen driven into the boards by Piros. His momentum was deteriorated. Back in the zone it goes. Icing called, and we'll have another draw back in Sachem's zone as the craziness begins to ramp up here in the third period. Doyle on the draw, gets it back. Doyle with a chance in front and it pinballed off a bunch of skates and wide. Hero takes a spill as he tried to defend the puck right there from going past him. This allows Sachem back in the zone. J.R. Munkus trying to spring past the defense, not going to happen right there. Waiting for the moments to wind down before the net is pulled for Sachem, as this one almost inadvertently headed back towards the way of Stoltenborg. Sachem trying to progress the other way. Weaver had the goal just a few moments ago. He'll look to add another one. But Smithtown controls it again. Petito swinging this one ahead. Another player spills on his own. That was Weaver for Sachem. Here comes Borzak. Aaron Borzak the other way. He's challenged right there behind by Petito. Borzak stopped right there. Petito pinning him against the wall. Everyone wanting for something to happen. The race is on now. Bobby Trites looking for the hat trick, and he's in a battle right there. Back to the point it goes. Devaney controlling it, keeping it alive in the zone. That one was sticked aside right there by Stoltenborg. Bobby Trites. Trites with two tonight. Fires the shot from the left. It's done. That one was stopped right there by Stoltenborg. Here comes Munkwitz getting this one back on his stick. J.R. Munkwitz taking this one in the zone. Wakasi to the wing of him. Munkwitz fires the shot. Pad save made by the Bulls netminder. Skakoza. Munkwitz behind the goal. Net is pulled. Here's a 6-on-5 chance. Back in front. Sachem trying to complete the comeback. That's it. Siani can race back and stop Signoretti to the goal. He shot it wide. Jake Ahern to the net. He scores. Captain Jake Ahern says goodnight. And not a good look for the Bulls as Matthew DePalma is escorted off the ice by his teammates. And Sachem will take another timeout, or their first timeout of the contest. And Smithtown fans erupt into cheers, their heavy-powered chants, as the Sachem crowd is stunned. We may need the security up here very soon, because this is getting pretty interesting up here. A lot of animosity being shown up in the stands. Final 40 seconds. Half a minute to go. And what seems like the night was going to end with a mighty comeback has resulted in sheer dominance displayed once again by the Smithtown Hauppauge Bulls. J.R. Munkwitz one last act of defiance. And he scores for the hat trick. The indication is a hat trick for number 44, so let's not stop there yet. Let's see if Sachem can get one last chance. Wakasi tied up. The Bulls are gonna kill off the clock and spoil Sachem's senior night, just like they did back in April when they spoiled Connecticut Sayville's senior night. And the Smithtown Hauppauge Bulls celebrate another big win, taking it by a final of 6-5 in regulation. And more commentary by the Sachem fans as one team's fans go home happy in victory while the other team's fans go home in defeat. Well, that's how the game of hockey is played. And that does it here for Game 1 of Wednesday Night Varsity on LI Sports Network. We got Esports South Manor versus Middle Country, and I'll be here to call it in a matter of moments. Stay tuned.